Would you believe that we both still hold athletic records at our high school?
Hey, I'm Jessica, and this is Coco. We're from Wisconsin. Let's talk about that.
Accomplishment. No, but you were looking really cool. Or you're trying.
Smule, makers of amazing musical applications, including the Magic Piano. Download it now on the iPad, iPhone, or Android device. We're releasing a music video soon. It's going to have a contest associated with it that you'll need to play that Magic Piano. So get it.
Link, you know what this is?
It's a high school basketball jersey.
It says Harnett Central. This is number 23. This is Ken K. Jones's jersey. He was my teammate.
Is that his number or his jersey?
Both.
That's his actual jersey?
No, I think it's just his number. But I thought it sounded more nostalgic to say that.
Ken K. Jones was the only guy taller than you on the basketball team.
He was 6'9". I would throw him the alley-oop, they used to say. Okay, so I played basketball in high school. We're actually in Coach Gage's classroom filming this week, and Coach Gage was my basketball coach. He was also our European history teacher. He teaches several histories now. I don't know. This is a history classroom.
I feel like I'm learning history now by symbiosis.
Yeah. But
that's not even the right word.
He said he did.
It's not science, so it doesn't matter.
He didn't have my jersey. He didn't like hold on to my jersey. Although, as we're about to explore, maybe he should have. But he gave me this one to just kind of, I guess, to wear. I like to wear jerseys. You guys know that. I wear jerseys all the time.
He gave me a jersey too. It's over there, and I said, well, I feel like I need to try out for something, or at least sink a shot before I can wear this thing. So mine's over there. I don't feel worthy to show you that because in middle school I kept score for the women's basketball.
That was
team.
your basketball peak.
That's how good I was at basketball. I kept score for it, for the girls' version in middle school. No offense to you girls who play sports, but you know what I'm getting at. It was complicated. X's meant stuff and O's meant stuff, and
yeah, you had to pay a lot of attention.
Like
they would score like every 7 minutes, and you had to mark it down. Yeah. Okay, so I get this question a lot from a lot of old people my age and older cannot resist asking me.
Are you that guy from Twilight?
No. Well, I get that a lot. So you play basketball? So you play basketball?
Like even now?
Yeah, you play basketball? I'm like, I did. And I'll always say, I used to. Yeah, I used to a lot. And if they start asking follow-up questions, I go into my whole spiel. I was like, yeah, I mean, up until the time I was 18, basketball was my life. I thought I was going to play college basketball. I was being recruited by people. And we had long conversations because we've been best friends forever, and we knew we wanted to go to school together, and we knew at one point that we wanted to work together after school, and we wanted to be able to make that happen.
Well, we took a blood oath.
We took a blood oath. You know about that in middle school. So how was this blood oath going to make it through my college basketball
If you were going to
career?
take a scholarship somewhere, that was probably going to dictate where I went to college and keep score.
Right, for the women's team.
Yeah.
Because you were good at that.
I mean, it's easy to meet the ladies.
Yes. And so, but anyway, all that to say that I played a lot of basketball, and I really hit my peak. I did not end up playing in college. Mm-hmm. I decided not to do that. I'm glad I decided not to do that in retrospect. However, when I was here at Harnett Central, as Link alluded to before, I set a record. Now, being a 6'7" guy,
He's the second tallest guy on the team of 5 people. There's 5 people.
Right.
On the court.
So I was a tall man, but I hold the single season record. My senior year, I hit 77 three-pointers. We went on to the second or third round of the state championship and lost. We actually got beat by the team that went on to win the state championship.
I thought Brooks broke your record.
Brooks did not. Brooks was a much better player. A friend of mine who's now assistant coach at UNC Wilmington. Brooks Lee was a better player than me, but he scored in other ways. All I did was wait for them to pass me the ball and to shoot a three.
I remember watching you guys play. I wasn't keeping score for the men's. I was just watching.
Yeah.
And you would come down, and it would be near your bench, past the three-point line would be the bench.
Right.
Where the players who weren't playing were sitting.
And I would mingle over there.
Yeah, you'd be drinking water and talking to them and waiting for a pass just to shoot a three. You would not run in the offense or go in the paint.
A little bit. I didn't go into the paint much because King K was there, number 23. But I sat over there. It was just like double dribble. You know, remember the old
double dribble
game, double dribble, and there was that little sweet spot on the elbow? I would just get into the double dribble spot. And I hit 77. It is the Harnett Central High School record. I don't know how many I shot. It was pretty high percentage, but I made 77 three-pointers, hold the record to this day. I challenge you, Harnett Central High School basketball players, to break my record.
Is there anything in here that commemorates that?
There should be.
I need proof of this.
Go to ask Coach
annals.
Gage.
Go to the annals of Coach Gage's mind.
Yeah.
That sounds a little weird. I don't want to go there. I don't want to visit. But, I myself have my own bragging rights in the area of sportsdom. I was skilled at the world's most popular sport, football.
Yes.
Or here in America, soccer.
Soccer.
Because I'd never wear pads to do anything.
Well, you had
I'm not a woman.
What you had? Shin pads, shin guards.
They're not called pads. They're called guards.
Shin pads. I
don't wear any kind of pad.
And didn't you wore shoulder pads in your jersey? Didn't you?
In my blazers when I dressed up nice.
Yes.
Hand-me-downs from my mom.
Yeah.
No, I didn't wear pads of any kind.
Your mom had like a big blue blazer that was like a very V shape with large, like Shaka Khan style stuff.
Yeah, that's because she was high fashion. She also watches this. I love you, Mom. Don't
Yes.
crack on my mom's fashion.
Actually, her husband watches it and tells her things that is happening.
Yeah.
So now
Lewis.
He's telling her now.
And I have to live there for the next couple of nights, so I don't want you to cross it.
Okay, sorry, Sue.
We love your shoulder pads, Mom.
Bring that style back.
Anyway, I wore shin guards and I played soccer, and I was pretty decent, but I was a stopper.
Well, what does that do?
That's like a defensive position in the middle of the field, like a midfielder that is more defensive than offensive. I wasn't big in offense, but Coach Brandel pulled me aside one day and he said, I need to put you on the wing. Now, I knew that the wing had to run a whole lot more, and I got winded pretty easily, so I was nervous about that. But he puts me at the winger position, the right wing, and it was a home game that night.
I remember it because what I would do is I would come to the games and I would
score.
No, I didn't keep score. I would get all of our friends to cheer for you and you exclusively. And so, and you were on the bench some of the time, but I think this was senior year, so you were out there a lot of the time. Junior year?
This is junior year.
And we would obnoxiously cheer for you, like, because it's soccer. People don't really cheer for soccer.
What's that supposed to mean?
But we would, because it's not the kind of sport that you like cheer for a whole lot.
I'll take
Especially
that.
in America.
I'll take
We
that.
would like be up there and we'd be yelling out your name and yelling things at you and telling them to put you in. And
I would feed off of that.
Yeah.
And I would have bursts of
I
energy.
remember this night when they put you up in a position to score. We were all very excited.
And I remember, I remember the second one. I'm trying to remember I remember the first one. Mm-hmm. The first goal I scored in the game. I was running up and I was really winded. And when you get really winded, you lose just control of your faculties. I was peeing on myself. I was just, no, I wasn't. But your legs turn to jelly and you really can't control yourself. And I remember I was running and they kicked the ball up to the forwards and it missed the forward who was Josh Young. And he's running after it and it was just him and the goalie. And then the goalie goes and there's a scramble and the ball pops out and I run. I'm like, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to get there. And then the ball popped down to the perfect time and I literally ran the ball into the goal.
It wasn't like you saw the ball. It was like you just ran and it ended up hitting your left foot is the one that knocked it in. And we went ballistic.
And I turned around and I was standing in the net. Like I had hit it with my left foot and I'd walked into the net with it. And it was just like, trying to catch my breath.
And they were like, you scored. Goal. Lake Nail with the goal.
Then adrenaline rush. And I remember just running and doing that thing where you slide on your knees. I didn't do that.
I do remember.
I thought about taking my shirt off.
Well, I do remember after you scored, it was like I saw you in a light I've never seen you in because you haven't, let's just be honest, you're a scorekeeper. You haven't been the most successful in sports.
Right.
So you didn't exactly know how to act after a great accomplishment. No, but you were looking really cool, or you're trying to.
Really?
You slowed down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of ran around, and that was when we all quit
that was
cheering and started laughing.
That was the second goal.
Oh, really?
The first goal, I went ballistic. And then the second goal, this was the second half of the game. I don't think there were quarters.
2 halves.
Good. I knew that. They were doing a corner kick. It's when the kick comes from the corner.
I know about this too.
And the ball was coming at me, and you're supposed to jump up and hit it with your head into the goal and score. And I tried to do that, but my legs were still jelly, so I didn't get up that high. And then the ball was coming down, and it was going to miss my head. And am I going to chest it in? That doesn't seem right. And I just put my left foot out again. I am right-footed. Put my left foot out again and made impeccable contact. It was anything.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Anything except a bicycle kick would have paled in comparison to how awesome it was. Boom, perfect contact with this foot right here, this left foot of mine, right into the goal, zing! And I turn around and I realized I can't look like a total idiot, like a turkey running around like I did with the last goal. I got to act like I meant to do this one.
And that's when you started doing that.
And then I just,
you were strutting.
I look more like a chicken this time.
And we could not believe it. 2 goals in a row. Now,
and I think that's a record. 2 goals with the off foot of a soccer player
in that time frame,
who's never
by a person who hasn't played that position before. And you hold that record. It's unofficial, but you hold it.
And someone who, after that day, never scored a goal the rest of his career or life as a human being.
Now,
that was it. 2 goals in 1 game, never a goal before, or never a goal after. Beat that, Harnett Central soccer players at this time in your life. Beat that.
Before we end this episode, I have to say a very funny related thing is that my father, ended up later in the season, actually your senior year, ended up being the announcer, the color commentary. Well, actually, he was just supposed to announce people
lineups
coming in, and he was supposed to say, "Goal by Link Neal with his left foot."
Right. Buy your raffle ticket, blah, blah, blah. That's all he was supposed to do.
But my dad, I get a lot of the way that I am from my dad, and he could not resist being up there and having a microphone. So what ended up happening? This is the time when on SNL, Rob Schneider was doing that thing in the copy room, where you would come in there
making copies,
and he would say your name like Linkster, Lincolnator,
Tom.
Well, my dad thought that it would be a good idea to, on the loudspeaker at the soccer games, to call Link out like that. First thing he would do is if Link was on the bench, he would say, "All right, why don't we get Link in there? Let's put Link in the game." This is the announcer, the official announcer.
Which
it's my dad.
Coaches love that.
Yeah, he's like, "Let's put Link in the game." And then they would put Link in the game. Everybody would cheer in our section.
Oh, and so I'd be throwing the ball in and be like, "Oh, the Lincolnator throwing in the soccer ball."
But even when you were out there running around, he'd be like, "There goes Link. Look at him go." He's commenting on you and you only. My dad, and they fired him. They let him announce for a few games, and then they were just like, "Should we just tell him he can't talk about Link, or should we just let him go?"
I'm glad
and they replaced him.
I'm glad they didn't make me go with him. I mean, I wasn't producing anymore. I was stopping.
And how embarrassing was it? You would be about to throw it in, he would be talking about you. You weren't supposed to do that.
The opposing team is like, "Wow, we need to triple team this guy. He must be awesome.
Link must be great." He doesn't really ever do anything though.
He must be playing us for, when they have a pool shark guy. What do? They don't
hustle.
Score. They might be hustling.
He's a hustler. Let's end the episode with the invisible wheel of mythicality.
Here we go.
And let's see what it's going to land on. Oh, wow. It landed on Link Gets Amnesia.
Okay, because we predetermined what these would be. They should have been more awesome or more pre-planned, but they're not. So I'm supposed to act like I have
we just got some off of the wheel.
Hey. Who are you?
I'm Rhett. I'm your friend. What year?
No,
is it?
don't touch me.
Hold on. I'm not. Hey, what year is it?
What year? What? 1996.
Who's the president?
Clinton. Oh my goodness. What? You think this is stylish? What's wrong with your hair?
Follow my finger.
What? No, I'm not going to follow your finger. What's my name? Please tell me that I've got a girlfriend.
Do you hear that subtle sound?
It's the sound of reality about to slap the taste out your mouth.
'Cause now you're on your own.